Welcome to Fredonia Central Schools Board of Education meeting for Tuesday, October 7th, 2025. We begin each meeting with a pledge to the flag, so please join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Before we begin to approve tonight's agenda, I'd ask for a moment of silence for Jean Morse, a retired teacher who recently passed away. So please join me in a moment of silence. Thank you. Also, before we approve the agenda, I'd like to point out that tonight's meeting will be pared down to the essentials, as we have 3 board members who had prior obligations and could not attend tonight's meeting. And as noted at the last meeting, Ms. Hahn here is now a board member of the Chautauqua County School Board Association, so well done, Ms. Hahn, and congratulations. But Ms. Hahn is needed here to make a quorum tonight, because we need 4, but she's also needed tonight in Buffalo as the New York State Commissioner of Education is speaking and fielding questions, and it's rare when the commissioner is in Western New York. So Ms. Hahn is pulling double duty tonight by making this meeting, but also representing Fredonia Central School and our county at tonight's meeting up in Buffalo. So we want to get Ms. Hahn on the road as soon as possible. So thank you, Ms. Hahn. I know you have a lot of questions to ask the commissioner, I hope.
Think about that on the drive.
There you go. You got a bit of a drive. It looks like the weather's turning a little bit better. And that explanation is probably longer than tonight's meeting. So yeah, sorry about that. But we need to approve an agenda for tonight. Fortunately tonight, everything is in consent for all of personnel and new business. So could I have a motion to approve the meeting?
So moved.
Mr. Marshall, second. Ms. Hahn, anything pulled from consent tonight? No? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Great, okay, moving right along. We move right into our first round of public commentary. Those wishing to address the board are asked to stand, give your name and address, and limit the comments to 5 minutes or less. I must stress, though, that these comments have to be directly related to the agenda tonight. So if it's on the agenda, you can speak now. Otherwise, we do have an open session at the end of the meeting to speak. So,
hi, I am Julie Makula, 131 Pulaski Street, and I am directly speaking of fundraising, which is on the agenda. So I would like to discuss fundraising in general, and while I do that very quickly, I would like to read excerpts from an email that I recently sent to the varsity and modified volleyball coaches, as well as Dr. Ziliaks and Nick Petrando, the athletic director. As a parent of a modified volleyball player and also of a former JV player, we have sold beef sticks both years as an annual fundraiser. You may already be aware of this fundraiser, but each bag costs $20 and the team receives a nice kickback per sale. Last year and this year, my daughters have sold a large amount of beef sticks. In fact, this year my 8th grade daughter sold 32 bags, totaling $640 in sales. Last week, I approached Amanda Krakowiak, who is the volleyball coach, about the Volleyball Booster Club and where the fundraising funds go to, again, on the agenda today. Specifically, I wanted to know where the profits were being used as benefit for the modified team. During this conversation, Amanda explained that the Booster Club treated the profits as more of a whole, meaning they weren't split up between the 3 teams. She continued to describe the things that the money went towards, such as the end-of-year banquet, apparel. She also mentioned summer camp and went into detail about the funds being used in a long-term kind of way. That the modified kids would eventually go to JV, then eventually go to varsity, and higher levels of competition have more costs. While I did agree that JV and varsity do have more costs, it doesn't make sense to me that the funds being raised by the players aren't being used on those actual players. In fact, I also had to remind her that not all players continue on from modified to JV to varsity, and I can speak to that from experience, that players do get cut. Amanda did mention that the modified team was invited to the end of the year banquet, but they chose not to attend. Rather, there was an after-school pizza party in the modified coaches' rooms that they paid for by themselves. Amanda mentioned that they each got a t-shirt, to which I was kind of taken aback. $640 worth of fundraising got my kid a t-shirt that everybody got. It seems ridiculous to me. From past experience last year, in addition to this year, we have basically paid for everything. We paid $100 to send our child to a summer camp, so it would appear fundraising cost doesn't cover that. We paid for volleyball book bags that our children bought. In the tournament that was held on Saturday, there was a shirt for sale for $20 that if we wanted, we had to pay for. As for the banquet, we all brought a dish to pass. To sum this up, I would like to know how money that is being raised directly benefits the modified team.
Can I jump in? I'm
Yep.
sorry, I should have stated this at the beginning. I got caught off guard, but if you could just leave individuals out.
Okay, I'm sorry, thank you.
I'm sorry,
Yep.
continue.
Thank you. I would like to know directly if a breakdown could be provided of how volleyball booster funds, I guess in all fundraising, are being distributed. What percentage is being distributed towards modified, towards JV, towards varsity? I would like a breakdown of what each particular team raises. I know from speaking to the modified coaches as recent as last evening that the modified team brought in over $3,100 of sales, and they have gotten nothing from those sales except for a t-shirt that all three teams have gotten. Again, I've reached out to Dr. Ziliaks, I've reached out to Nick Petrando. I have spoken with Amanda, who has said basically the same thing over and over again. I have reached out to Mr. Forbes earlier today. More of questioning, I guess, about fundraisers in general and about booster clubs in general, where there is a check and balance system. The modified coaches have told me that they do not even have access to the booster club. They have no idea what money is going in or out of the booster club. So I'm wondering going forward, who's on accounts for these said booster clubs? Where's the check and balances for the booster clubs? Seems to me there's a lot more money going in and not much money coming out for the expenses that were discussed. I don't know where all the money is going.
Great.
So I guess that would be it. Thank you.
Ms. McCooley. We appreciate your comments. And the board would probably like to follow up on this.
Yeah, I just wanted to share, Ms. McCool and I had a chance to chat yesterday by phone, and I'm working on getting her some information that she's requested, and I would expect that to be soon. I would hope within the next 24 hours or so.
I appreciate that.
If for some reason it'll be longer, I would definitely reach out to you and make you aware of that.
Thank you.
So,
And if you could leave your comments with Ms. Morrison, our district clerk, we'd appreciate that, because, you know, in conversation, I get probably 70% of it. So
No problem.
Please leave your comments, and Dr. Ziliaks, if you could just follow up with the board.
absolutely.
No problem very much. Thank you, Ms. McCool. Anybody else who'd like to speak tonight on the agenda? What's on the agenda? Okay. All right, well, we're going to move along, and we need to approve some minutes. So we need to approve the minutes from the audit meeting of September 22nd, 2025. Got a motion to bring that to the table?
So moved.
Ms. Ford, second.
Second.
Ms. Han, thank you. Any questions on those audit minutes? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We also have to approve the minutes from the regular meeting of September 23rd, 2025. Could I have a motion to bring that to the table? So moved. Mr. Marshall, second.
Second.
Ms. Ford, I guess, this time. Next time, Ms. Han. Any questions on that? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Great, okay, we go right into financial treasurer's report. We have a budget, investment, and revenue reports. Mr. Forbes.
Really not a whole lot to talk about tonight. This was for July, and I know the board in the past has wanted to have more current reports as we get into the new school year, or we close out the old school year. So this is more or less just for information, and so not a whole lot of activity one way or the other, and not a whole lot of comment on that.
Okay, all right, thank you. Any questions on that at all? Okay. We need to approve the treasurer's report. Can I have a motion to bring that to the table? Mr. Marshall, second. Mr. Forbes, anything on the treasurer's report?
Nothing on that.
Okay, no questions, I assume, so all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And, as stated earlier, all the personnel, new business is in consent, a rare night for
Mr. Johnson,
citizen.
Oh, don't forget
you
your,
had number, or
yep,
E.
letter E.
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed, there's one more financial, sorry, my apologies. We need to approve the application for the corrected tax rolls for the 2025-26 school tax levy. Can I have a motion to bring that to the table?
So moved.
Ms. Hahn and Ms. Fortna, and Mr. Forbes, anything on that?
Yeah, first I'd like to make one correction, is for 24-25, which is a little bit unusual. And what happened was there was a correction process through the county and the assessor's office last year that subsequently turned out to be incorrect. So they had to correct that again, and so that's what this one is.
Okay, okay.
It was a star exemption that wasn't carried forward correctly.
Okay.
So it is the 24-25 tax
Yes.
roll, all right, I'll adjust that in a minute, thank you.
Okay. Any questions on that? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And as I said, everything in personnel and new business is in consent tonight. So we're going to move right into our second round of public commentary. Is there anybody that would like to speak in the second round of public comment? Okay. So right into the superintendent's report.
Yeah, I'm going to try to keep it rolling. I did want to just take a minute to recognize some of the people under personnel. We have two people who would earn permanent status. That means they've worked for a year successfully, done a nice job. That's Josh Copeland is one of our cleaners, and also Kathy Schutz is our food service helper who spends time in the high school cafeteria, thanks to her. We also have some new teacher aides coming on board, Marissa Burr, Andrew Camp, Kirsten Brown. Look forward to them joining the Fredonia family, and also a new appointment in food service, Carmen Medina. So welcome to all of them. We appreciate everything they have done and will do for the district. We're happy to have them on board. Also wanted to note that next meeting we will have an update on the SSSA, or the support staff negotiations that have been going on. Thanks to their team as well as our team, those conversations have been positive and productive. We're getting close to a final agreement, and we'll have more information on October 21 there. Also wanted to talk a little bit about the more about the FTA contract that we approved last meeting. Just sharing a little more details, again, thanks to their team, thanks to our team. Again, very productive, respectful, positive conversation. I think we reached an agreement that was fair and could be considered, in our Covey language, a win-win. Sometimes in contracts we clarify, and there was some language that we clarified around the grievance process that will hopefully avoid confusion moving forward. We also defined some things within these contracts. One was defining the term prolonged illness within the sick bank section, so that was nice to come to some agreement around that. We also reorganize oftentimes as part of these contracts. We have some teacher leaders that we call instructional leaders that oversee certain content areas or certain teams of teachers at certain grade levels. We reorganize them to align better with curriculum and New York State standards, and also to equalize the stipends between those two positions, the team leaders and the instructional leaders. Oftentimes during contracts we add different components. In this contract we did add one teacher workday to the school year. So right now it reads 184 days. We'll go to 185 days next school year. At times we increase things as part of these negotiations. We did increase the health insurance contribution of the FTA members from 16% to 17% over the course of the 4 years. That's a half of a percentage for the first 2 years, and then another half in the other 2 years. We also changed some things as part of contracts. One of the things we changed is how the retirement incentive is set up and eventually paid out, and now it is partly based on accumulated sick days. This was not part of the equation prior, so we're happy to bring that into the fold moving forward. Again, other increases to salary of the FTA members, and this is over the 4 years. There's really two ways you can look at salary increases. Each year, teachers move up a step on the salary schedule. So if I am a teacher with 14 years experience this year, next year I'll move up to 15 years of experience, which brings with it a higher salary. If we factor in those increases that are already built in to the existing structure, the increase over the course of the 4 years would be an average of 2.57% above step, or what sometimes people call as new money. If we look at that as a whole over the 4 years and factor out whether it's step or above step, the increase is 4.63% overall. So either way you look at it, those are the increases that are associated with this contract. We also added a half day for pre-K and through grade 4 teachers, which matches the amount of half days that grades 5 through 8 receive. And we also added 10 paid parental leave days upon birth or adoption of a child. So usually in a contract, salary gets the most attention. I just wanted to talk about that briefly. We do think about how we compare to other districts locally and around our area. We also look at other local contract settlements, both here in Chautauqua County and southern Erie County. Some of the districts more north in Erie County are much bigger, don't equate with us as well. We noticed that many of those contracts were settling in the range of 5% and sometimes even 6%. So we're under a lot of the districts that have currently settled. We also recognize the need to be competitive in the market, and we certainly want to attract good teachers, and we want to be able to stay competitive in the market. Back when I first started teaching, many moons ago in the early 90s, for a teaching job, sometimes you would get 50, 60, 70 applicants. Now, sometimes we might get 5, 4, 3, 8, 6. So the market is surely changed. We want to be competitive now, but also over the course of this contract. We also want to show respect and honor to the employees that we currently have on board, who work extremely hard, do a really nice job with our students, provide a great education here in Fredonia, and we want them to feel good about their situation in terms of compensation as well. We want to be able to continue to offer high-quality educational experiences and opportunities for all of our students across the board. We also want to be able to continue to serve our community well now and moving forward. And we believe that this contract really helps us do all of the above and puts us in a good position to be successful in Fredonia schools now and moving forward. Again, we want to thank everybody who was part of this process. This contract is for 4 years, so beginning in 2025 and will end in late June of 2029. So we're excited to have this off the table. Anybody can feel free to reach out to me for more information at any time. I'm always available and can usually return a call or an email certainly within 24 hours. We've talked a couple times here at our board meetings about our operating procedures. We just wanted to make you aware that they are up and on our website under the Board of Education link. Thanks to Mrs. Morrison for her help with that. Also, thanks to her for the post on social media, especially over the last couple weeks. If you haven't seen, take a look. There's a lot happening across the district, and we're really trying to do a job of communicating what's happening and celebrating some of our successes. Although Ms. Hahn is going to be on the road shortly, I'm going to have a chance with the Erie 2 BOCES superintendents tomorrow at 10 a.m. to meet with the commissioner and have some dialogue back and forth, similar to what they're doing tonight. But that'll just be with our superintendent group. And also, I just wanted to make people aware at our next meeting on October 21, we're going to invite our new hires, any of the new teachers, to the district to put a name with a face and share a few thoughts with the group. So we look forward to that 2 weeks from tonight.
Great, thank you, Dr. Ziliaks. Any comments from the board at all before we move to administrators? No? All good? Mr. Tonelli?
Just-
anything
Yeah, just
tonight?
quick for me tonight, just our first set of parent conferences is this Thursday, so all that information's been sent out. And then on Friday during our half-day, we have some presentations from the Alberti Center, UB's Alberti Center for Bullying Prevention, so that'll take care of our Tier 1 and TSS for SEL within the district, so we'll have that on Friday.
Great, thank you very much. Yeah, Ms. Farrell?
Sure, just one little piece of news. On Saturday, October 25th, from 11 to 2, there is an event being held at the Wheelock Building. It's an Autism Moms Luncheon. It's sponsored by the Autism Caring Center, which is actually centered out of the Pittsburgh area. And what they're doing is they're having a luncheon for moms who are raising extraordinary children. They say it's more than a meal, it's a chance to connect with others who share your journey. There's 2 keynote speakers or featured speakers. There's a speech pathologist named Lauren Mello, and also Lindsay Aracey, who is going to talk about hope, humor, and holding it together. So a nice opportunity for parents. It is a $20 fee for the meal and the session. So, and I don't know if that's going on social, so yeah, I just wanted to mention.
There'll be another reminder that probably will go out, but it is on our feed.
Thanks, Ms. Farrell.
Yep.
Mr. Forbes, anything else? No? Ms. Morrison?
All good?
You're good? All right, well, we have no need for executive tonight, so we can end this meeting in record time. I imagine. And get Ms. Hahn on the road. It looks like it's clearing up out there. Could I have a motion to adjourn? So, Mr. Morrison?
Second.
Oh.
Right here.
Mr. Marshall, see you. So, Ms. Hahn. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you, everybody. Drive safe. And students, anybody can sign your forms.
Lucky meeting.
Oh, this is sometimes an hour and a half.
You guys really picked the right meeting tonight.
Pick the right meeting.